Welcome back to In the Hall Podcast. This is for August 26, 2021. I believe this is episode 61. And yeah, it's coming out on Thursday if you're on the West Coast, and Friday probably if you're on the East Coast, just because of the 3-hour time difference. I have some friends that still don't understand that. I remember I lived in New York, and I had a friend in Florida say, "Hey, bro, call me at 3 o'clock your time." And I said, "Cool, so 3 o'clock your time?" Because we're in the same time zone. Holy shit. But yeah, I don't want any messages from people on the East Coast going, "Well, dude, it actually came out Friday because we're on the best coast, not the West Coast. We're not like those California people." Dude, people on the East Coast beef like hard with people on the West Coast, but people on the West Coast have no clue that there's hatred for them back east because they're on a hiking trail with a green smoothie. So it's this weird kind of like guy at the bar that wants to fight, and the guy that he wants to fight has no idea why this altercation is taking place. That's just kind of the it's kind of the conflict there. But yeah, let's get into the show. Bunch of new listeners. Thank you for joining us. People that have been here from day one, always appreciated. But yeah, man, another successful week. The clips are just going crazy, man. Some of them are getting like tens of thousands of views on YouTube. The podcast clip, not the actual podcast. The actual podcast gets 20 views. Podcast clip gets 20,000. Because people want to, they want to go, "Hey, you make me laugh 30 times in 1 minute, then I might actually indulge in a full 30-minute episode." And I get it. You want to make sure that you're not wasting your time. Is this guy funny? But yeah, man, with success comes the haters, bro, because, dude, there's been wars going on in the comments. Like, I mean, I had one clip. It was the thing I said about if you have the same phone number or if you get a new number, somebody that used to have it, if they were like shitty, you're going to get calls for people looking for them when it's your phone number now. And someone was like, "Oh, Richard has to be a black guy or something." And I was like, what are you, like, no one even brought up race or even, I don't even know Richard. I don't know if he's black, white, Mexican. I don't know who this guy is that people are looking for. And it just started a race war in the comments, which I was like, all right, why has it got to be my video? But at the same time, the more people would comment, the more the video would get shared. So yeah, it'll be like one comment is like, "Man, this is gold, hilarious, I'm going to check out your show." And then right under that, someone will be like, "Hey, that brick paneling behind you is off-centered. Get it fixed, you piece of shit." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for stopping by." Nothing like waking up to 5 comments of just like, "This guy's trash." Like, it is sick. You left that comment at 6 a.m. Did you just set your alarm? Like, "Oh, I can't wait to get up early, get my coffee, and just hate on some people." I mean, my God. You don't think it affects you? You're like, fuck this guy, dude. Whatever. And then you're in the shower, and you're like, "Who's Peter James 384? Who does he think he is?" And then you're like, why does it make me so upset? Because it's always someone that has no profile picture, no subscribers. And then, like, here's the thing. They forgot about you. They don't even remember watching your video because they've already left hate comments on 23 other podcasts. And so you're just sitting there in the shower, just mad as hell, squeezing your soap bar until it breaks in half. And then you're just like, this guy probably doesn't even remember watching my video. Dude, I got this one guy, Trent Mormon. Okay, fuck this guy. He doesn't even subscribe to the YouTube, but somehow he leaves a shitty comment on every single post. I'm like, are you just typing my name in and going, oh, does Sean have any new videos up that I can talk shit about? Ugh, Trent. He's got his mom and his dad in his profile pic. You know, I've unfortunately met a lot of white people named Trent, and I've never liked any of them. You know, something about a little white kid named Trent just doesn't end well. You never meet an old person named Trent because they've died in a dirt bike accident many moons ago. Trent. Ugh. If you're not playing like running back with that name, I don't know. Trent. It's like there's some shitty names, dude. One day I'll make a list of like top 100 worst names you could give your child. But anyway, man, just keep doing your thing, dude. I guess that's the message. You know, with I guess the more eyes you get on the video, you're going to get the equal amount of people talking shit. And it's weird that like the one negative comment trumps the 10 like positive ones. Why is that? Why do you have like 30? I'll get like 300 thumbs up on a video and like 13 thumbs down. And you're like, who are these 13 people? They just do that on every video? Because that's how I was as an Uber driver. I just kind of one-starred everybody. You know? I know there's some Uber drivers listening to this. We've talked about this. When I used to drive Uber, it would just, someone would leave the seat all the way back. They'd play with my vents. All the things that would piss me off. And I'd just go, 1 star. 1 star. Because it doesn't really affect them. You know, but yeah, just maybe that's the same thing. I'm seeing a lot of psychics popping up. I know they've always been around. I don't know what town you live in, but Florida is notorious for just having psychics. Basically what it is a house that's like on a main road, like a main 2-lane road, and it just has an open sign in the window with like a little hand sign with an eyeball on it that says psychic. And people just pull over and get a reading, I guess is what it's called. And these people are just balling, dude. It's always like this giant mansion just on the side of the road that says psychic. And usually they have a massive boat in the front yard, just a giant, sometimes it's like a small yacht or just like a speedboat, one of the $300,000 racing ones. And they'll have like a lifted truck. Sometimes they have like a Porsche. And it's just hysterical because you're like, what are they telling these people that just pull over and give them a reading? You know, where they're like, I'm seeing something. I'm seeing that if you come to my house 3 more times in the next week, I'll be able to take that boat out again. I'll be able to get a full tank if you keep coming by and paying me $1,000 to get a reading. And then they just probably tell people what they want to hear. They go, oh, I see a big promotion in your future. And they're like, really? Oh, yes, big promotion. That'll be another $100. Don't worry. You'll be able to, I see that with the promotion you can afford to keep coming back to me. When will my promotion be, psychic? Oh, it's hard to tell. It's blurry, but it's there. Just scamming people. And that's the thing. If you look it up, if you type in like Florida psychic scam, it'll be like, I remember just always seeing it as a kid. They get busted for like millions of dollars in fraud. It's, let me see if I can pull it up. It's crazy, man. They'll tell people that they're cursed to like keep coming back. And you find out that the person has been going to them for like 10 years and they spent over like $100,000 on this psychic just telling them bullshit. They're probably going on their Facebook and just being like, all right, this guy's cousin died. What's his cousin's name? Steve. And they go, oh, did your cousin Steve die recently? And they go, yes. How did you know, psychic? And they go, oh, I've been doing this a long time. Did Steve like to go fishing? They're like, how'd you know that? Yeah, because you have 38 pictures on your Facebook of you fishing with Steve. Oh, it's sad, man, because some people haven't, they can't cope with like a loss, and they just get suckered into thinking that somehow this person with 6 Ferraris and a boat in their front yard is looking out for their best interest. Anyway. Well, hope you guys are doing good, man. It's been a busy week here. I started going to a new gym. And man, it's a nice gym. It's a 24-hour fitness, which is, I thought it was always a shitty gym just from how it would be treated in Los Angeles. Any 24-hour fitness in LA was really just a place to sell drugs late at night, or it was where homeless people showered. So if you didn't have a house, you could pay $20 a month to just have unlimited showers, water. You can work out if you want. Most homeless people don't. They run in there, they shower, they probably shoot up in the bathroom. It was just kind of like a homeless shelter, let's say that. But here in Florida, it's a state-of-the-art facility. So been going there with Chip, man, getting up early. Got to get up early again tomorrow, and just keep getting after it, dude. I'm trying to gain 15 pounds. I don't know why. I just feel like 6'4", 200 sounds like a good number. But yeah, dude, it's always the same people in the gym everywhere you go. You got the old dude on the treadmill every day, no matter what time you go in. He's there just walking on the treadmill, just nothing else, just walking, watching CNN and just walking, stuck on 2.7 speed. That's his day. Every now and then just dabs his forehead with a towel. Then you got my favorite guy. He just goes around and gives everyone advice. This is my analysis after only going there for 2 weeks. It's always the same 20 people at the time that Chip and I go. And this guy's fully tatted, bald. He's got the head tattoos, the tribal tattoo. It's to the point where the head tattoos are supposed to look like his like hairline, like his sideburns. But instead of hair, it's like this kind of like it's like wings or whatever. Bunch of tribal shit. And definitely an ex-con. And I'm not just saying anyone with a head tattoo is a convict, but you can tell with this guy. A lot of blue ink. You know, I've talked about this before. Blue ink tattoos usually are prison tats because that's the only color ink they could find. They pull it out of the pens. You know, then they take the cameraman's camera that's filming them for the prison TV documentary, and then they turn it into a tattoo gun. And blue ink is all they have. So if you see someone with all blue ink tattoos, usually they did some time. So this guy, ex-con, he just goes around and just gives advice. Just whatever. Doesn't matter. There was a couple lacrosse kids. They were doing like deadlifts, and he just comes over and he's like, hey, keep that knee bent. Do this and that. And these kids were like terrified, bro. They're just like, where'd this guy come from? And I find it just super entertaining. You always just catch this guy. He's like, hey, he goes, you're going to want to arch your back a little more on that rep. People are like, what the fuck? They're pulling their headphones out. Like, who is this guy? You got Joe Dirt, another dude in the gym. Looks like David Spade. It's one of those guys that had the time of his life in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. And now he's old and he wants to relive those years. So he wears the Metallica cutoff t-shirt. He's got the jean shorts. No one's told him that that's not a thing anymore. But he wears that to the gym. Those are his athletic shorts. He goes, I got my jeans for work and business, and I got my jean shorts for fitness. And he got the fingerless gloves. His hair is black, but he dyes it blonde because he thinks he's going to crowd surf or something. I don't know. He just looks like every guy that was in a band that's no longer in a band. Does that make sense? So, yeah, he's in there strictly doing curls. That's his only workout. Just, you go in there at 7:30, he's doing curls. You go in there at 8:30, he's doing curls. And that's what he's got. And it's just funny how everyone, I like to just people watch at the gym. I go, oh, look at this. And then you see the guy, he only does bench. You know, chest is massive. Legs, non-existent. It's like, looks like he's been in a wheelchair his whole life, just upper body jacked, but he's not in a wheelchair. Yeah. Yeah. And there's always the person doing the most at the gym. They're like swinging from the bar. Like one guy, he'll run, jump, do 3 pull-ups, and then jog to the bathroom. It's just like, all right, stay away from that guy. His roids are kicking in. He got like a bad batch or something. But yeah, what else we got in the news? Oh, did you see Elon Musk's new Tesla bot? It is Tesla is making a Tesla bot, humanoid robot for general purpose use. And it's a mannequin looking robot. It's 5'8", weighs 125 pounds, and it says that it will be used for grocery shopping, which, yeah, huge wink on the grocery shopping after the government realizes that if you put a machine gun in its hand, it's better as a soldier than as a grocery getter. Oh my God, dude, this thing looks terrifying. And of course it's going to have like, dude, if I see this thing at the grocery store, I mean, holy shit. What happens if you grab the last item and it was like, I'm sorry, that was on my list, and you just get killed by a fucking robot that works for DoorDash? You're like, what happened to Sean? Oh, he got karate chopped by the Instacart robot designed by Tesla. Dude, this thing is horrifying. It's 5'8", 125. So you might have a chance just if you weigh more than that. But yeah, they're going to give this thing a pistol for sure. This is just the start of like, oh, this is the new police force. Dude, and then what if these things start building more of themselves? That's the thing when you like give, I don't know, bro. I'm not against artificial intelligence, but I am against probably 90% of the shit that they're going to use artificial intelligence for. Yeah, it's I made it to do grocery shopping. I never intended it to have 3 miniguns and a jetpack. I had no idea that they were gonna. Dude, they've been doing this since the beginning of time. The actual Tesla, Nikola Tesla, he came up with like radio control. He put it on he had a remote control boat, and he was steering it around. And like 3 minutes later, a Navy general was like, hey, can we put a bomb on it? And he's like, I guess if that's what we have to do. Is that anything that was invented, an airplane? They're like, oh, you can go fly from here to here and visit your grandma during Thanksgiving without having to drive across the country. And they were like, sweet, hold off on that idea. We're going to put a machine gun on it and use it for combat first. Make sure it's safe before we allow people to fly. Oh, boy. Yeah, look this thing up, dude. It's for general purpose. For now. then it's going to be for general ass whoopings. You think the police are trigger happy? Wait till this thing gets on the scene. When it's just like, when it's interviewing you, who caused the accident? And you're like, it was him. And then the guy's like, no, it was him. And then the frickin' AI police officer is like, well, how about I just tase you both? And so you and this guy that just got in a fender bender with are just getting fucking double tased as this thing says, stop resisting. Which is my favorite thing that police say, because that just means they're going to hit you again. Stop resisting. Wow. They could have you handcuffed at the ankles and the wrists, and they'll still say stop resisting and just continue to beat the shit out of you. Especially if you were on a high-speed pursuit for like a good hour and you have like 50 cops behind you. As soon as you get pulled over, they're all going to get a kick in because only one guy has to do paperwork. So the rest of them just fucking kick you in the stomach. The next guy runs up. Boom. They always get mad. They're like, this is for making me risk my life on the highway. You just got your ass kicked. Dude, I don't know. High-speed pursuit would be probably, next to robbing a bank, dude, high-speed chase would probably be the most fun. If it ended well, like if you got away, you know, or if when you finally did crash or they pull you over, spin you out, you can go, hey, it was a prank. And they go, okay, cool. And you all just go your separate ways. But that's not how it works. You're going to get hit with a nightstick, tased, dragged. They don't even tell you to watch your head at that point. You know, like most cop shows, they're like, oh, watch your head. And they duck you into the cop car. They don't even tell you that. They just bang your head off the side. Yeah. Afghanistan. I was trying to stay away from this topic, but damn, dude, it's fucking sad, man. Especially, everybody. It was like, it's been going on for 20 years. So I'm 20. Am I still 27? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever year I'm turning is what year I say I am. I'm 27. Gonna be 28. But yeah, I was like 7 when this shit started. I'm sure a lot of you were around the same age. But yeah, dude, it's like it was all just kind of for nothing, man. It's just, now you got United States citizens trapped in the fucking Afghanistan airport. It's just crazy, dude. It's insane. And what's even more insane is the amount of people that are like ready to write a movie about this already. You know, because every time the military fucks up, there's like a fantastic movie about it. Just think about any war, any situation that went horribly wrong. They made it into a massive blockbuster film. You know how many Hollywood actors wake up every day in a mansion just overlooking the Hollywood Hills, and the only reason why they're there is because they acted like a soldier that went through the catastrophe. You know, they're like, God bless our troops for actually going through shit so I can star in a movie that opens with based on a true story. It's just like, it's crazy, bro. Jason Statham right now is like, oh, I can't wait to audition for The Last Flight Out of Kabul or whatever horrific movie they come up with. Yeah, there's going to be 4 documentaries and a TV series on Netflix and then like a movie that'll be in theaters about this debacle. And then what's her name? Ginger Jen Psaki, that redheaded Russian. She probably has Russian ties. She gets on there. She said the other night, I caught a glimpse. She said, I just want to point out, by the way, this is the largest operation. She said something like, this is the largest evacuation we've ever done in U.S. history. And I was like, yeah, it's the largest fuck up probably in U.S. history, just not having a plan to evacuate people out of Afghanistan. You can't turn a fuck up into a Guinness World Record. Like, that's literally what she did. It was insane. I was like, I can't even believe what I'm watching right now. That's like if you flicked a cigarette into a forest in California and it all burned to the ground, and you came out on the news and you go, hey, I know I flicked that cigarette and burned millions of homes down, but I just got to tell you, it was the largest forest fire ever put out. So that's cool. You know? It's fucking crazy, dude. Just turning an absolute debacle. You know, get all F's on your report card. You're like, hey, Mom, I am actually the only kid to get all F's this semester. And your mom's going to be like, wow, that's an achievement. No, she's going to hit you with a wooden spoon and take away your Xbox. Oh, my gosh. Well, man, prayers up to anybody over there. I mean, shit. I can't even imagine. They're just like, yeah, you got to, they said they have to find their own way back. Unbelievable. You're like, hey, you call the U.S. Embassy. You're like, hey, we're on the runway and there's no planes here. How do we get home? And they're like, well, try and get an Airbnb. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Try and get an Uber to another country and maybe see if they have an airport. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, man. It's crazy, dude. I don't know. I got friends in the military and I had family in the military. I don't know. The closest I ever got was I did ROTC in high school for 4 years. Every Wednesday you had to wear, they called it the pickle suit. It was dark green slacks, black belt with a gold buckle, and this like even uglier green button-up shirt. It was Army ROTC. And most people took it because it was an easy A. It was like basically another gym class, but you had to wear a stupid uniform on Wednesdays. And they would inspect it. You had to go out in a line, stand in formation. You had to march out there. And then they'd check your haircut. If your suit was creased, they'd check your nails and your belt, your alignment, make sure your shoes were shined. I mean, it was like the closest thing you could get to the Army without actually joining, kind of. You know, they had I was kind of an anomaly because I never ranked up. I never got any promotion. There was all these things like to get those little black patches on your shoulders. They'd have like the private, corporal, sergeant, sergeant major, corporal, captain, general. It was like you could go all the way up the ranks and kids would take it super serious. Like it was like all the kids that wanted to be in the military, you know, they woke up and like couldn't wait to put the uniform on. There was all those kind of kids. And they would try to get every medal. They'd be on drill team. They do like after school ROTC, who could do the most push-ups, all this shit. So I never ranked up. I never did any of the checklists. Basically, like to be private, you had to run a mile in under 10 minutes, do this many push-ups, and like fill out a form, recite some kind of creed. I don't know. It was like all this shit you had to do. But I never had any of that. I had a plain uniform, but I had one medal, and it was the Marksman Medal. And it was it was like you had to do a test. They'd give you a .22 rifle, and you did target practice at school. And I got like a perfect score. I bullseyed everything. And they're like, oh, you should be on rifle team, this and that. And I was playing football, so I'm like, well, I can't be on rifle team because I have practice after this, and then I got to, then we got to do games and stuff. So I can't be on rifle team. But I had the highest score. So I got this medal that hung down. It was this big silver medal, and it had a rifle on it, a target, and then like a big wreath, like leaves around the rifle and the target. And it was hysterical because I was a senior and I had no rank, no medals, no nothing. It was just a plain green uniform with the biggest medal with like a gun on it. And kids would be like, these kids would be like, oh, you're not even a private? I'm a sergeant major. Da, 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 da. I outrank you. And I'm like, yeah, I outshoot you. I'm like, none of you have this medal. I'm like, you got everything. You got your red rope, you got your rifle twirling, you got your flag, you got your, color guard where you walk with the American flag and you turn left and you about face and all this bullshit. I'm like, but you ain't got the marksman badge. So, what does it matter? That's what I would say. I would just fire back at these kids. I'm like, you can do all this military shit, but let's say we're all pinned down by a sniper. Who's going to survive? Judging by the Marksman Medal, looks like I will. Like, what would you rather, what skill would you rather have? Spinning a rifle or shooting a rifle? Because, yeah, I don't care if you know everything about twirling a gun. You kind of got to be able to shoot it. That was the thing. They're like, oh, I'm in color guard. I know every formation. I go, great. Yeah, we'll see how that works when someone's shooting at you. Fucking idiot. Would you rather be dead and decorated or alive with just a plain uniform? I'll go out there with a tank top, and it's like, oh, you're gonna have a lot of medals to fill up a shoebox. In your mom's closet. She just puts all your shit in the shelf. Or do you want to be like, hey, my son is just a basic infantryman, but he's still alive. So you pick your battles. Well, it's probably midnight here by now. Sean Madden stand-up on Instagram. Sean Madden on YouTube, InTheHallPodcast. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you for all the new reviews. And, yeah, man, just keep expanding the show. Keep getting better. And, yeah, I'm really trying to get the podcast out on a consistent day. Still got a lot going on here. But we'll get it slowly. Yeah, man, thanks for listening. We will see you guys next time.
You want to smoke something? You've seen him perform all over LA. Give it up for Sean Madden, everybody.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
This joke's not going to go well.